So hey guys, welcome back to another episode of JSMFX weekly reviews, analysis, and also forecast. So I'm not going to waste more time. Let's start off with USD Swiss franc. Starting off, let's check on the weekly, see what we could be missing. Weekly, as you can see, this high was we're playing between this high and this low, price ranged, and then broke to the downside. So what is happening right now is price wants to pull back to either this buy to sell wicks, okay, buy to sell wicks, but I feel yes, it might get to there, then continue to the downside until unless it surprises us with whatever that is happening right here. So daily same thing. We can see also that um, we have perfect illustration of what's going on, because if you check very closely, we had this lower low, then lower high, then lower low, and caused a change of character here. Okay, then this was a pullback. Okay, so pullback, then this traded higher than this high, and then came down to cause another bearish change of character. Okay, I need to explain something here, so please be very keen. So after this change of character, we are seeing that price pulled back very well to this we call it extreme supply. Okay, and right now, just like always, we say that after change of character, actually after this change of character, the bullish one, we always or expect the pullback to at least the demand before continuing to the upside. So this return, okay, with this bearish candle gives us the clue that maybe we could be coming here and then continue to the upside. So what I want to put across is this demand had not been mitigated, so you need to also keep that in mind. Secondly, we also have a bearish change of character here, same as bullish, and with this bearish, most of you maybe would think of selling it to the downside, breaking this low. So be very careful, because as much as this week had mitigated this supply, okay, because if you go to the lower time frames, you'll see we should not ignore the fact that this change of character could push price up to the to the other parts of supply, especially this one or maybe this one up here. Okay, so for me, if you ask me, I'd expect this to happen. Okay, what I've just explained right now, and then price to come to this demand and then to go to the upside. That is what I anticipate according to me. So let's go to 4 hour. 4 hour also. Remember the same now, the same change, bearish change of character on the, let me remove this. Bearish change of character on the daily is the same as 4 hour. Okay, so 4 hour now it's a bit tricky. Why? Because we see very well that after the change of character with the low and the high, okay, price played around here, okay, on this demand, and then short to break this low and causing change of character. So this return, we would have expected for it to react from here, which is this supply, which actually is the flip zone. For those that have done SMC, you understand what I'm saying. So this supply, what price mitigated here, would have expected price to continue to the downside, but that's not the case. What it did, actually, it came and took out also liquidity for this high, and now maybe they could be ready to go to the downside. Okay, so for another change of character on the 4 hour is here. We'll draw that just in a minute. Another change of character for 4 is here, so I'll be expecting this one to continue to the downside to this demand, okay, and then push up just the same way we've seen on the daily time frame. So I'll put that there as my change of character, though it's not that active for me, because it's not that valid for me, because it has not had any candle close below. Okay, so until we have a candle close below, just like here, then I'll validate it fully. But for now, where this week is, or stopped on, is on this. I think my Wi-Fi is kind of acting up again. Let's just give it a minute. Anyway, so it reacted from this demand. Okay, so maybe this demand, when price came here, we could be seeing some moves to the upside. Thank you. So my Wi-Fi is back. Thank you, God. So I'll change that 4 hour Okay, so maybe right now we could be expecting something like this to the upside, maybe to mitigate this supply and then push price to the lower side. Alternatively, also where price is right now, it could just go straight down. Okay, because maybe it's ready to take out this low also. But let's not also forget, that's why this with this game things are sometimes can be confusing. So let's not forget also this can be an LQ, liquidity taken off. Okay, so where price is right now, maybe it's ready to just fly up from there and continue to the upside. So we are never sure, but let's see how the 15-minute is. Before we do that, let's just draw the supply real quick and then see how the 15-minute looks like, and then maybe try and come up with other clues. So 15 minutes, we are still in the range, starting off on the market structure, still in the range between this high and this low. Price went up very well, but still came down to take these little lows. Okay, all these lows that you're seeing here. Okay, so what I'm anticipating is, because price has come here, two things: either wherever price is right now, it continues pushes to the downside, okay, or just mitigate some areas of supply up here like this one. That's where I'm checking for the price to come to. But to be honest, for me, 15 minutes, it's kind of complicating and it's kind of messy. So yeah, because also for the internal internal structure, we can see that still it's inside this bearish kind of order flow. Okay, so we have this lower high, lower low, lower high, and lower low. So now we're playing between this high and this low. Price has pulled back to the extreme, so we are not really sure of the next thing that might happen from there. So I think if we just stick to what the daily is showing us in the 4 hour, then we can have close, because 15 minutes we still don't have enough to say how we can anticipate on the next moves. So yeah, for me, I strongly support the fact that, or anticipate that, price will still go down to those areas of demand which are or rather seen on 4 hour. Okay, so let's now move to the yens and the USD pairs. So we are going to start off with the GJ. Okay, so GJ, as you can see, this is the weekly. So we have this low, and we have this low, so broke to the upside high, then broke to the low. So right now it's just ranging, but it has done somewhat the pullback to the extreme, sorry, to the above the equilibrium point. So maybe we could be expecting this kind of move to continue to the downside. The daily, we can also see that yes, so price, I think it's just the same structure as weekly. Okay, so daily we can see that price came very sublimely to this demand. Okay, that's nice. We also had a daily change of character and a couple of returns, and then short to the upside. Okay, so what now is confusing is, as much as we understand that it still wants to continue to sell, okay, we still have other areas of supply around here that has not been mitigated. So I'm expecting price to come to there. Secondly, we have these two demands, like this range demand. As you can see, we have a buy, okay, sell to buy range, okay, this one right here. And also we have this one that has not been mitigated, so price maybe could shoot up from there just to create liquidity, but I'm expecting price to also come and touch this demand before going up. So those are the two scenarios that maybe they can come to this, okay, this demand and go up, or also come down to this demand and then go up. So for sales, if price gets to this point, then I'll be looking for my sales. Okay, so if price gets to this point, that is when I'll validate some of my sell positions. Also here, as much as price has come to this point within the weekly and the daily supply range, and also the daily extreme supply, I'll be expecting if price gets to here, just like I showed you, then maybe excuse me, could be ready to do the 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 sell, okay, ready to dump. So maybe right now, change, cause the change of character, do a couple of returns around maybe some areas of supply here, and then continue to the downside. So that's my view on the daily. And let's now jump to the 4 hour and see what it's trying to give us. So 4 hour, also same thing, we had a change of character right there, okay. And for me, I anticipated for price to react from this supply, okay, and then shoot down. But I think NFP, if I'm not wrong, NFP shot it to the upside. So but I don't think if NFP really has much influence on the yen pairs, okay, unless there was a USD pair right there, but no. So price shot to the upside, okay. If we look very closely inside that daily, which is the purple one that we just saw, we are not seeing, for me, I'm not seeing anything of substance. So two things: either when price, if price gets to come to this demand, then I'll be looking for buys, maybe to push price to the upside. But I'll also think about the lower demand that is actually down here, okay. I'll also be thinking about that, and also this liquidity, and wanting to see maybe if that will have any effect and price maybe could get to here and then go up. So either way, just have to be very, very cautious. For me, if I get any sell around here, okay, let me do a quick example. So let's say I get a sell around here, okay, and then price starts doing this, okay. So as it's trickling back to either of supply that is around here, I take partials, okay. Then I tell my stop loss to break even, okay. If it does get to, let's say, this extreme supply, then now I will take heavy partials, like more partials, then trail my stop loss maybe to any demand below, okay. So that if price wants to now come and take out all these guys, okay, all these guys, then I'll just be securing some few profits around here, and then allowing price or letting price to come down as it was expected, and also having a risk-free trade. So if not so, whatever trail I had, if price gets to here and then violates to the upside, then I'll just be continuing to trail until my trail gets hit, okay. So that's just one of the secrets that I have when it comes to risk management. Let's jump on over to 15 minutes. I don't think 15 minutes has so much to offer, because yes, we've changed direction from that 4 hour, and we also have a change of character. So let's see. So have a change of character around here, bullish one, okay, bullish change of character right there. So let me change that 15-minute chalk. Okay, so within this 15-minute chalk, what are we seeing? We're seeing that we have this demand that has not been mitigated, and then by following the money, we have this demand that has been mitigated, and also this demand where price is right now. So all that aligning, we are now, for me, I am now anticipating for price to at least pull back, because after this break of structure, for me, I'm expecting price now to pull back and play between this low and this high, okay. So if you're going to draw our fib, then we'll draw from that low, from that high to this low. As you can see, it has come to our 50% equilibrium, but I'll be very, very happy to get some buys from here. Now, if price does this, okay, maybe where it is right now, and then goes up to the supply that it left up there, okay. Actually, we've not drawn the change of character, but I hope you're seeing now. This is the flip zone, okay? But if it does violate that flip zone and comes to the supply, then whatever sell position that I was having here, I'll just, revoke it, okay? But if price comes down, okay, to this point and then go like that, then I'll be happy to take the sells, sorry, the buys from here and then go up. Another interesting thing is where price came to, it came to this extreme supply but violated it, okay? So you just need to be very cautious in checking on these things, okay? And so that gave us another clue of a bearish change of character. Okay, so in that bearish change of character, what can you see? We can see a couple of drama unfolding, but what I'll say is this whole range could be one of our supplies that possibly can come and push price down from there. Okay, so very many ideas, and anything that comes about fast, you can just, take heart and take the risk to have your trades in, and also bargain any profits that you can get. So those are just the areas that I'll be looking at, and areas that I'll be focusing on. So I think that will be all for GJ. Let's move on to Euro JPY. So Euro JPY, just the same way as GJ, we can see very well that price really wants to push up to these areas of supply that we're expecting it to come to. So also focused on this demand that maybe could be used to push price up and also create more liquidity just below here before it comes down, and do any kind of returns to this maybe demand, and possibly also still be the reason to push price up. Like I said before, I'm really not convinced that price could come here because all this drama of these weeks, I feel that this demand was already taken care of. So I strongly believe that this demand up here now is the one that will be used to push price to the upside. And also another reason to, maybe before we go to the lower time frames, you can see that this double top was already taken out, okay, this buy side liquidity. So right now maybe we could be facing some few pullbacks to this demand and then go to the upside. So 4 hour, also we have broken, okay, we have broken the high right there. And let me just put this to 15 minutes so that we get to explain it when we get there. So we've broken that high on the 4 hour, and we're expecting price to at least come down to either here or maybe here, and also push price to the upside. Remember, those are the areas that I'm expecting, okay, for price to be pushed to the above. Remember, this was the daily demand that I'm expecting price to come to. So all these demand, this one and this one, have been nested inside that 4 hour have been nested inside that daily demand. So that's why I'm expecting price to push to the upside and also create another structure that is this high and this low. So anything that will happen around here, I'll be interested when price comes to this point and then goes to the upside. So what happened in the 15 minutes? So 15 minutes after this structure being broken, all this trickling to the upside, trickles to the upside, didn't actually give me a clear structure of highs and lows, okay, on the uptrend. But when price, let me just zoom in, when price came to this point, I drew that high and this low. Okay, so price range around here, but still I was expecting price to at least come to this point, okay, and then continue to the downside. So what happened is, after this change of, okay, this area where I was expecting change of character, I was very confident, okay, I was very confident to see that when price comes here, let me just try and draw that through. When price came there, okay, like that, it came down very well. Okay, for what happened around here, there was a change of character in the 5 minute. Okay, and then all these were just returns. Okay, just to push price to the upside. But you see on the in the bigger picture, we can see that this 15-minute demand was the one that was being mitigated. Okay, so in this 15-minute demand is what all this drama was unfolding. So after price now came down here and then came to mitigate this supply. Okay, that's when I put my sell stop around there, and then price short to the downside. So this was a very good trade. My stops was above the structure. Okay, because you never know, maybe they could also come and take out these highs again before continuing to the downside. So I extended it further there, okay, so that I can have a bigger stop loss and a small or reasonable lot size. Okay, so I hope you can take that point from that statement that I just made. So I expected price to at least come to this demand, but that didn't. That did happen and also got violated, which obviously I'm really grateful for. And just like always, my trade was 3.1R, so I took partials when my trade came to here. And then right now my trailing stop loss is around here, so let me just draw it out for you. I don't think, no, it's not the one. So let me just put it up there real quick. Okay, this one you're done with. So let's put our SL trail. I think our SL trail is on the 5 minute, but it was here. Okay, so it has not been hit yet. And also I said, or I mentioned in my group, that maybe this could be a possible area of the possible confirmation entry, that is a CE, where maybe if you are interested or always watching this pair, you can actually try that. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor. Please risk your own money and don't come and tell me if you lost. Don't come complain to me if you lost. So yes, so this area could be the one pushing, or maybe ready to push price to the downside again, and also hitting my take profit. Okay, so all this was aligned with the 4 hour. When after the break of structure, that's when I came to the 15 minutes, and I noticed that I had that chance to take. Okay, so other things are like 15-minute bullish change of character right there, and also my low. I'll put my low here. Okay, excuse me, put my low there. In terms of supply and demand, price is here in this supply, and yeah, maybe it can come, violate it, and then go to the downside. So I won't want to explain whatever that can happen here because I see another clue. But if you want me to, show you all those tricks, then let me know in my inbox, my description comment box below, or also my Telegram channel. I'll leave the link in the description box. So what I'm expecting is still price to push down, just like we saw in the 4 hour, to push down to here. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting. So unless they continue to the upside, right now price is in a downtrend because of this high, this low, the high, breaking that low, and now signaling that we are going to the downside. So that's all I have for Euro JPY. Let's go to AJ and finish off with the EU and GU. So Australian dollar, Japanese yen, same as EJ and GJ. We see that price has come to the supply on the daily, and I'm expecting price to at least come to this demand and then push price up. Alternatively, also this could happen where price, wherever it is right now, it could be there to just mitigate those daily supplies and then push price to the downside. For me, my strong belief is we are still going up, because this V-shaped reaction doesn't give us any area that maybe could be the reason to push price down. So, and also with all these uh, trickles down, okay, trickling down, we could be coming to take them out according to all the sales that we're taking there. Okay, that's the buy side liquidity. Okay, so that's all for the daily 4 hour. Like I said, price could reach the supply which we saw on the daily, so that's where price is heading, because it has already taken this buy to sell range liquidity, and now it's heading for this supply to the upside. So I don't think I have much here, because until price gets to this point, that's when I'll be interested, wanting to see what will happen. Also, these exchanging wicks with the wick and the opening of this candle, I want to see what will happen with whatever drama that will happen from this point. So let's just keep our eyes open and see how next week will unfold. 15 minutes. What is going on at 15 minutes? Well, 15 minutes was a bit dramatical, okay, but I think we got through some few profits for other people. Personally, the reasons why I trade so many pairs is because I try to align them with how they act, especially how they correlate. So for me, I believe that AJ, EJ, and GJ correlate the same way as EU and GU. Okay, so USDCHF is just another additional pair that I, check on whenever I'm bought. So as you can see also here, we had the sell, which we actually had the same on the EJ, okay, right here, because I think this one could be seen well in 5 minutes before we check on our forecast, right here, okay. So this one I posted in the group. So when price came to here, it ranged around, okay, so low, mitigated this supply, okay. Then when it came here, I told guys you can sell from there, okay, but stop loss above this high, okay, because if you check very closely, price came and took out this high where our last supply entry was, and its high itself, okay, the high of the supply. So price really danced around this area, okay, but it gave them some few profits, okay, to that point. And then when it came to there, shot up with the news, I guess, not really the news, because it's AJ. So yes, so if you are someone that you could be taking this trade or took this trade, then I hope you took some partials and then trail your stop loss either to break even or maybe just above this high, and secure some profits and have a risk-free trade. So that's how I posted on my group and told them that that could be a possible area of sell that they could take. So 15 minutes forecast, what are we seeing on the 15 minutes? So 15 minutes, nothing much is happening. What I'm saying is, yes, we've had this high taken out by this candle, and then we've had a change of character. So if you ask me, then I'll be very much interested in taking or looking for sales from that area. But I won't want to rush when that day comes, because I don't trade on Monday. So I'll just let the price to, like, play out on its own, do its own thing. And then coming in on Tuesday, I will maybe have some more clues to know on where or which areas to look at. So for now, internal structure, actually I can't put on internal structure right now until I have my high set. So despite this being a pullback, I still want to check on deeper pullbacks, especially below this demand or below this demand. That's when I'll come and draw my high right there. But for now, I feel this one is just still continuing to the upside. But either way, if I'm going to draw my low, then I'll transfer this to here, okay, so that as we wait for a high, this is our last low that I was expecting for price to play around inside here before it goes up, or maybe giving us some signals that it wants to go back down. I think 4 hour, let's just check on 4 hour. Yes, so again 4 hour, we are still going up. So unless we come to this point, I'm not really that, I won't really concentrate or wait for sales until they come to this point. So that will only happen from Tuesday, because I only trade Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, unless I'm free on Monday and Thursday. So that will be all for AJ. Let's now jump to GU and see what GU holds for us. So GBP USD, very dramatic pair. Yes, we've had a change of character. Yes, we've had a kind of close below, and yes, maybe we are ready to pull back. Okay, to pull back to areas of significance like demand areas like this one. So there is where I'll be expecting at least to see price coming to. So let's see daily POI. Okay, so even with this, I don't know if it's a hammer or a doji, but even with that, for me it's not really convincing. It's not really convincing that you could start to pull back to this extreme after the change of character. So I'll wait for more development before we think of any buys, or wait for price to come to here and then sell with it. 4 hour, what are we seeing on the 4 hour? So 4 hour also, change of character already happened around here. Okay, it actually happened here, but also came down again to this here, to this point here. So what I am seeing on the 4 hour is that we've had a change of character. Yes, we've had a pullback to its flip zone. Okay, but for me, I think this is just out of my league right now, out of my plan also. I won't want to be involved in this pair very soon. Maybe I'll want to see what will happen from Tuesday, so that I get to come to conclusions. But in terms of anticipation, I expect still price to come to that area of supply and then continue to the downside. So that's all for 4 hour. I don't have much there, but if you do get to that point and continue selling, then we have this demand to mitigate, and also this one down here to get to. So all that put together, we'll just have to sit on our hands and wait for things to unfold. 15 minutes, nothing much on 15 minutes also, because the range is actually big or huge. 15 minutes, you can see very well that we had this high, price broke through to the upside, and then now we're playing between this low and this high. Price trickled down very well and slowly to the downside like that. And starting off now with the market structure of the internal, we have this boss taken out, and also we have this boss taken out. So let me just zoom in so we can all see and understand. So boss being taken out, then another boss taken out, and then the last boss, which is still surviving but also taken out. So this will be my high of the boss, of the I boss. Okay, and then this will be my low because of that pullback that just started before market close for the week. So another thing is, however much price is still trickling to the downside, I'm also keen or maybe patient to wait for price to come to this demand that it was left on Wednesday, the 23rd of April 2025. You can see very well there is that there is that demand that we're expecting price to come to. The blue one, don't get confused, the blue one is the 1 hour. So let me just remove it. So like that, and then yes, this one has been mitigated with that wick, but we still, for me, I still feel that maybe they could come again to that point. But also we have this extreme, okay, the extreme of the extreme that we could be expecting also price to come to. So I think that will be all for GBP USD. In terms of forecast, then I'll be expecting for this downtrend to still continue to here, And then if we get something like that, then yeah, we're looking for buy opportunities, especially coming over to this supply that was left unmitigated. Okay. So let me see. 15 minutes. Okay. So if you're keen enough also, when you saw this structure on Friday, we can see very well that price came down, came up, played around right there, okay, and caused a change of character. Okay, after the caused change of character, we had some few pullbacks, and then we have a return. We had a return to the extreme. So then is where now price started to trickle down, okay, and then NFP pushed it lower to take out all this liquidity. Okay, so if you were to take a trade from there, then this would have been very, very valuable or viable. Let's see where this week came to. Yeah, so if it was a 3R, then 3.1 would have been there, and your news would have helped you to reach to your profits. So that would also be another area where next time if you check on it or see it again, because sometimes the pattern seems to repeat itself. So that would be another advantage that you could take and bargain some few returns. So I think that will be all for GBP USD. Let's now finish up with the EU and call it a week. So last but not least, Euro USD. Change of character, just like the GU on the daily. Change of character, we've had the return to this extreme, okay, and then price pushed lower below this low, and then did that week to that supply again. So maybe we could be starting the full pullback to the downside. 4 hour. Okay, so 4 hour, I was expecting for price to at least come down. I actually had this planned out. Where is that? I think I had my sell stop there, okay, and then my stop loss right there. And I told myself I'm willing to take this sell should price chooses to start the swing daily pullback. Plus 3R will be enough for me. So I think 3R would have been there, but as you can see, it would have been a risky. So even in that sell stop loss, it bought fast. No, it didn't buy, it sold fast, but before it hit my or tagged me in my trade, I was already out. So yeah, so that's when now actually it came and tagged me, but I was already out, and after tagging me it did this week. So it would have been a very big loss, but I'll tell you all about it when we get to 15 minutes because I had another idea. So within the 4 hour, we can see that we are playing between this high and this low. Price has trickled down like that. Yes, we've had a change of character, but unless we have a candle close above, I feel price is still, continuing to trickle down to the downside. We have this supply. Okay, we have this supply. Let me change it to 4 hour. We have this supply that maybe could be used, could be the one that will be used to take price to the downside. So I'm really not sure of the next direction for that, but I'm highly convinced that we could be selling coming in next week. 15 minutes. Now, what happened here? So after the break of the structure on the 15 minutes right here, remember this was the area of 4 hour where we saw the wick coming in. Yes, I think I had my sell stop for 4 hour right around here, which as you can see would have been tagged with this week, but I was already out. But I took a buy. I took a buy because something told me we are still on an uptrend. I took a buy from where I took a buy, I think, yeah, from here. I put in a buy stop from there, and then price went up. Actually, it tagged me. Okay, it tagged me, and then I was in a loss, but it was a very low. It was a low risk trade, so I wasn't that much panicking because I felt there was some few demands that will, help price react and then push it to the upside. So when it came to this point, I just said, no, I'm not going to lose my money. I'm not going to wait for price to come down again, maybe if it wants to. So I just took some heavy partials, which actually secured me some profits, and then I let price play on its own. But I left my stop loss around here. I didn't put it on break even. So I just said, because I've taken heavy partials, I am willing to lose that. I'm willing to lose that amount that was left from that point. So right now, if you ask me, I feel this boss, yes, was taken out, and then we have this boss taken out also. So right now, I will take out this boss. Let's just try and take this boss out first. Okay, because we've broken structure. Okay, we've broken structure to the downside. How many to the upside? How many pixels? This one for 950. Okay, so I'll take this as my higher high for 15 minutes on the main structure of 15 minutes. So I'll plan it out like that, and then put this now as my next high. But that will not be my next high because this low was taken out here. Okay, so yes, maybe now we could be expecting deeper pullbacks when we get to this demand. Okay, so that we can tackle in some few areas of supply, maybe around here and 15 minutes. Yeah, because this one also can be a supply, but I'm really not sure. So I'll just wait also, come back to my setup on Tuesday and see what really is transpiring and get involved. So if you ask me forecast, maybe I'll see what will happen from this point. If it does happen on Tuesday, on Monday, then I won't be interested. Price is here right now, but as you can see, it has been taken out to this week. So if price gets here and then does this, okay, comes to this supply, then if this happens on Tuesday, that price comes to this point, then I'll be very much interested to take the sales and continue to the downside. Okay, so that will be all for Euro USD. I also put in a new pair, that is US30, but I'll do a separate video so that we can do the whole analysis together and slowly. Okay, so I don't have much. All I can say is have a nice weekend, and see you next Saturday on our next episode. JSM FX here. If you want us to trade together, let me know in my inbox or Telegram, and I'll share with you my links so that you can join and we do this together. It's all for free, guys. Okay, have a nice day. God bless you all.